Hi. I'm going to come stand over here. Noelle, thank you so much for that beautiful introduction. Thanks to you and Genevieve and the whole Creative Mornings community for having me here today. This is quite a thing to come and be asked to do this. Thank you all for coming. So I have a theater background. I grew up doing theater. I loved it from a really early age. Was lucky to have parents who supported that. In fact, my dad is in the back row. Hi, Dad. So having parents that saw that this was a passion for me, I was also really fortunate to live in a place where there was a very cool theater community in the Newburyport area. So from the age of 8 on, I was in it. I was doing shows all the time. I was classes and camps, and I loved it. And that sort of naturally worked its way into teaching theater, you know, first as an assistant, as a teenager. And then I went away to school to NYU, but I would always come back and teach theater camps. And now I am still teaching children's theater. And at Acting Out, we do a lot of improvisation with kids, and I love it. There is a real community that is formed in a classroom, especially when you're actually not working towards a production. You're doing all these theater exercises, and you're in this safe environment, and you're playing. You're just playing. And it really does relate to sound with theater because you have to listen. Listening is one of the most important things you keep learning about in the craft of theater. So I can feel myself getting a little nervous right now, right in front of you. I can feel it. So it's a physical sensation. I'm going to breathe right through it. And you guys are going to help me right now. We're going to play a theater game. I'm not going to put anyone on the spot. This is going to be a very non-threatening kind of thing. You do not have to leave your seats. But we're going to play with sound together, and I know that that's going to make me feel more comfortable. And don't you want me to feel right? So let's do it. We're a community. We're in a room. You know, here we are. Let's break this fourth wall. So this is the game. It's called Sound and Silence, and it's about making sound, and it's about being silent, and it's about listening. So all you have to do is make sound when I tell you. It can be any sound, and you're going to all be doing it at the same time. So when we get into this, I'm going to cue you. I'm going to be like the conductor. I'm going to go like this, and you're all going to make sound. It can be anything. You could go la, 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 la. You could say, I just woke up an hour ago, and I'm wearing the same underwear that I was yesterday, and I have not had enough coffee. I've been coughing all week. Oh, it's going to be great when I start singing. So you just, whatever comes into your head, make sound. But you have to make sound. Can you all do that? Yeah. Okay. Then I'm going to go like this, and you're all going to get silent. At the same time, you're going to hold the silence. Notice what happens in the silence. So we're going to go back and forth like that. And I'm going to play with, we are going to play with the rhythm of sound and silence. And then, this is hard, then I'm going to say, try to do it on your own without me conducting. So then you're going to try to go from sound to silence to sound to silence without a cue. Don't worry, it might not work. But that's what I love about improvisation. There's no pressure, and there's no failure. There's no mistakes. So let's just try it. You ready? Yep. Okay. Let's just practice with a little sound. pretty good. That's hard to do. You're not even like looking at each other. Okay, that's good. And now I feel so much more comfortable. Thank you. I also write music. This is my new record, Good Hands. And I just want to say, because this beautiful image is from a painting by a woman named Jennifer Davis, who lives in Minneapolis. She's incredibly talented. And this is her image, which was just what I wanted for this record. So that's the story there. Just want to give her a little credit, little shout out. So I just spilled water on my ukulele. I'm going to play you the title track from Good Hands. There is a group that meets out on Star Island. It's a singer-songwriter poetry retreat once a year in September. And I've gone, I think, 5 years now. And it was a few years ago on the last day as the ferry was coming to the island to take us back to the mainland. And I had been thinking a lot about the phrase being in good hands. And I was just sort of strumming along, and I found this chord progression. That felt right. You are in good hands. Good hands are strong. Good hands will hold you. All your life long. Good hands are people. You meet on the way. Some for a moment, some who will stay. Good hands you. I just kind of wanted to dive in there with a song. So for me, that song, it was a great process to write it. It felt good where it went. For me, it was about all of the things that happen in our lives and the lessons that they teach us. And I guess for me, that's a big part of what my music does for me in my own personal life. It helps me look deeper into aspects of myself, or aspects of relationships, or aspects of things that I'm thinking about out in the world, and it gives me a deeper understanding. And I certainly feel that good hands, I have felt that in the relationships that I've made with people in the arts. The communities that are formed when you work with actors, performing a play in a class, the friendships that I've made in making music with other people, and the way that people in artistic communities support one another is very powerful. So that's been a great song to have since I wrote it. I get a lot of comfort from it. So I'm not used to talking about my songs. So for one thing, I have typically avoided playing solo like the plague. I always try to have at least one person playing with me. But so it's good for me to challenge myself in this way. And the other thing that I tend to try to avoid in live performance is speaking. I try to stay away from banter. So again, there's a lot of good things today for me, good challenges. But I thought this seemed like a really good opportunity to attempt to talk even just a little bit about the songwriting process for each song, and maybe you'll come up with some good questions in the Q&A. Would help me. So, this is a brand new song, kind of. I've never performed it live, except for my dad and my mom at the kitchen table the other day, and I think John's heard it once. My husband. Hi, John. So, it's almost Christmas, and I wrote a Christmas song. I started it last season. I came up with like the punchline of the song. I was going for a walk with a friend. I think it was another friend, Jacqueline, I'm sorry. She's my walking friend. I was walking with Laura. Different Laura. And we were talking about, I don't know if you've experienced this, but sometimes this season can be a little stressful. And there's an abundance of joyful Christmas music to be had everywhere you go, which I love. But I love when you hear the occasional sad Christmas song. There's just something about it that just feels so good, because there's so much pressure to be happy, right? So I said, all I want for Christmas is counseling. And I knew I had something. I was like, that's a song. And this often happens, actually. I was driving to work to teach theater, and that's sort of, I commute from South Berwick to Newburyport. I'm by myself for 45 minutes. I love it. And often things will come to me. And this is what happened. I went, all I want for Christmas is counseling. And that was it. I had a lot going on. But I recorded it on my phone. And then this September, I was at Star Island. And I have these voice memos. That's the best thing about an iPhone. I just got one like a year ago. The voice memos are great, because when I get a little thing in my head, I can just record it, forget about it, and come back to it another time. So I was out on Star in September, and it was late at night, and you can just go to these little cottages, if nobody's in there. And so there's this little cottage that I went into, a little couch and a lamp, and I was determined to find the rest of this song. And I did. So that's what I'm going to play for you. It's called Counseling for Christmas. I just want to make sure I'm in tune, because all right, get organized here. Christmas time is here, happiness and cheer. But if you're blue, it's not for you. Oh, better luck next year. Girls and boys can have their toys, bells on bobtail ring. All I want for Christmas is counseling. In the air, carols everywhere, but not for me. It's not to be, just like a tree that's bare. Alone below the mistletoe, festive gatherings. All I want for Christmas is counseling. Thank you. My husband once said that it was amazing I could write such great songs when I can barely play guitar. But, it's very freeing. And another friend once described herself as she played well enough to accompany her voice. Honey, I'm not. It's fine. Once you, once you let go of that, it's freeing. So, I got a couple of flubs on my uke on that song, but it's new. So we're gonna do a sing-along. You don't have to sing if you don't want to. In my improv classes, I always tell kids if they just want to watch, that's fine, because you want people to feel safe. But this is a song called Wide Open, and it's the title track of my last record, Wide Open. And what I'd like to do is just teach you the chorus, And if you'd like to join me, the chorus happens 2 times. And it's, for some of us, we really like singing together. And if you don't like singing, it's okay. So the chorus, very simple. The words are living life, capital L, with you. And we do that 3 times. And then we sing the words wide open 4 times. So this is how the chorus goes. It goes, living life, capital L, with you. And we do it 2 more times. Want to try? Living life, capital L, with you. Living life, capital L, with you. Oh my God, you got it. And then I'm going to go, loving all that we've been through. And then we're going to sing wide open. It goes like this. Has made us wide open. Wide open. Wide open. Wide open. You guys sound great. I think we're ready. You want to try it? Yep. All right, so I'm going to do a verse, then we're going to go into that chorus, then I'll do another verse, and we'll do the chorus again. And sing out, and if you're into like harmonizing, you don't have to sing the same thing I'm singing. Make it yours. Another day is done. Expectations come and gone. Gray skies rain down on soft Sunday. So where are we at for time?
Yeah, you could, well, do you want to do one more song or do you want to do Q&A? It's up to you. Do you have another song?
She just requested SFD.
Oh, geez.
Not appropriate. I certainly could. Want another song?
One more song? One more song, then we'll take questions.
Okay. Granny Smith or Deadly Nightshade? It stands for swears. Figure it out. And it's my first record. Noelle has it.
Swearing is allowed.
Oh God, sorry. That's out of rotation.
Okay.
I wouldn't even be able to. It has to be something I remember how to play.
I think apple pie is seasonal. Yeah.
Great. Yeah. All right. So, and that's, let's totally do that. It's a good holiday song.
It's a great holiday.
And again, actually, this has a little story with it. So my husband John was talking with Dave, who runs the fruit and vegetable stand on Route 1 in York. Do you know anyone know Dave?
Yeah.
Just a great guy, super talented musician, delightful. And he was telling John a story about an older woman that he was having a conversation with about apple pie. And she was talking about apple pie with cheddar cheese. And he had said that he never had it. And she said, apple pie without cheddar cheese? That's like a kiss without the squeeze. So John and I were in the car, and he was telling me this story, and I was like, whoa! And I grabbed a piece of paper and I wrote it down. I was like, that's a song. So kind of like the Counseling for Christmas, this was like a journey to get to that punchline. Let me just remember how to play it, because I didn't. Forgive any flubs. They might happen. All right. You know that granny. You can probably hear it. You don't need that. You know that granny was a looker in her day. She knew how to keep heartbreak at bay. So if you feel your man is slipping away, I will tell you what my granny used to say. The way to a man's, the way to a man's heart is to make it sweet and tart. If you want to make him sigh, you gotta bake him an apple pie. Preheat the oven to 350. Make your kitchen warm. Peel the apples, add some spices. Stop looking so forlorn. All-purpose flour and lots of butter will make your pie the best. But don't forget to add a cup of sugar and a little lemon zest. But there's one thing that will make it better. You gotta add a couple slices of cheddar, because an apple pie without cheddar cheese is like a kiss without a squeeze. A kiss without